been a long day.
Super long day. And what better way to end the day with my exclusive Avengers Endgame
Ain't nobody
cup
tell him to have an
with my
infomercial.
man's Bruce Banner. I'm sorry, look, if you haven't seen it already, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to spoil it or nothing like that, but if you haven't seen it already, it's going to send you through an entire roller coaster of emotions. I had to go see it by myself because at the time we couldn't find a babysitter, but so it was so unfortunate I had to go see it by myself. I mean, I just did not want to do that, just wasn't the same without you.
Mm-hmm.
But I did enjoy myself. Very, very good movie. Very good movie. So I'm gonna be sipping on this cup for a while, and she's sitting here eating cheese. Your brother's about to stink. We about to get in bed together, and you gonna sit here and eat cheese.
Look, I'm gonna have to brush
face.
my teeth over again because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I didn't want to eat pizza.
It's a pretty dope cup.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we do it, night. We sit up here and we talk, and I'm sitting here in Indian style, like we big kids. I don't want your cheese, man. I don't want your cheese.
Oh my god. So good.
It's gonna be a busy week this week. I just can't stop thinking about it. It's gonna be a busy week at work. Somebody's gotta go make the bacon. So
Have fun.
she got school this week. I got work this week.
We got that.
Yeah.
So, we promised you guys in our last video that we would go into how our lives went crazy after we left Baltimore. So, what are you looking at?
I was looking at the ceiling. I thought I saw something.
Look,
I thought I saw something.
we've been
but
married for
look.
5 years and I still can't tell when he's trying to play me
Look,
or when he's...
I'm trying to protect the family, okay?
From what?
Oh,
Mom?
snap is removable. And they got different ones, and you can replace it with the other one.
Anyways, we're supposed to be catching them up on what happened after we left Baltimore to go, have our golden, wonderful life.
Once we left Baltimore, that is when we were in.
When all hell broke loose.
No, that is when we were officially in the end game.
You so corny. Man,
I'm gonna go see it
corny,
again.
bro.
I'm gonna go see it again. Yeah, no. After we left Baltimore, it got real, man.
So
you wanna?
we get to Georgia, to our apartment. First of all, we didn't get to see the apartment in person, but they had great pictures online. So we're like, oh, this looks like a great neighborhood. It looks like, somewhere wonderful to live.
Yeah.
Child, let me tell you, when you walked into the apartment building, it looked like the projects. Now, they ain't show all that in the pictures on the website. But I will say, when we got to inside of our apartment, it actually did look how it looked online. But, all leading up to getting to our front door, we were in shock. The smell was so strong. I swore our clothes were going to smell like smoke.
I'll say this: whoever the photographer was that took those pictures,
Oh,
of
they
the
were
apartment,
legit. Kudos.
They were like amazing because they made it look like we were moving into,
Yes.
somewhere in upstate New York, some glamorous, luxurious, spot. And then we get up in there, it's like, all right, the apartment itself was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
but the grounds on which the apartments were on, it was like, I really don't know how to put it.
A mess.
Yeah, it was a whole mess. You're moving into a spot that ain't really got too much to offer. When the first thing you look at is the landscape. You look at the landscape, it looks like they don't care about the grass and the trees and stuff in the area. On the grounds, likely the leasing office people probably ain't gonna be working.
So
And-
fast
and
forward
that's
to
probably
after
what-
our first couple of nights in there. My child and I were sitting on the floor watching Doc McStuffins when I noticed, I noticed something jumping off of my baby.
Baby. It was baby at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, she was 9 months, and there were fleas jumping all over her.
Yep.
She had bites all over her arms. Y'all, I was pissed. Come find out, the people who live next door to us had a dog. Well, I'm itching. Lord Jesus, I'm itching. I'm supposed to be taking up my hair while we talk.
That's because you're dirty. You can take a shower.
Don't try me. I'm not dirty. So, yeah, the people next door had fleas. So, yeah, it was not a good first week in that place. And then every night when we went to bed, there were the people beneath us were blasting music. You could literally feel the ground moving and
Yeah.
thumping because it was so loud. So it was just not somewhere we were excited to be.
Not at all.
And so if that wasn't enough, the job that was promised.
You want me to
Go
go
ahead.
into? Okay, all right. So look, so this is what happened. We moved there. When we moved there, I was able to land the job over the phone, right? I was able to land the job from Maryland to Georgia over the phone. I was able to land the place that we're talking about over the phone, right? They told me that the position was one way, you know, it was pretty much like how I was used to it being when I was still in Maryland selling cars, right? So I get there first day, and you know, I'm getting ready to like start hitting the phone lines. I'm ready to start sending out emails, you know, so I'm like, where do I sit? Like, where's my desk? You know, I'm ready to start hammering these phones. I'm ready to start sending emails to potential customers so we can sell some cars. We need to make some money. We got babies. Baby got fleas. We need to get these fleas up off my baby. Let me start calling some people. Let me start sending some emails. We need to get these fleas up out of here. They like, sir, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and stand right over there by that big window right there and wait for somebody to walk on the lot, and then you can potentially sell that person the car. And I'm like, dude, hold up.
That is not what y'all told me.
First of all, that ain't what you told me, but you want me to stand in front of a window with 8 other people that's standing right there with me and hope that I'm the fastest one to run across the lot to catch this person to sell him a car? I ain't with it. So, you know, so I stayed there for the entirety of one day. And then as I'm on the way back for the second day, I'm on the highway, and something's telling me, God's telling me, look, man, look, don't go back to that job. And he started talking to me. He's like, don't go back. And so I pull over on the side of the highway.
And I was like,
because I'm trying to listen to the voice, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm scared to tell my wife.
he was hearing my voice telling him, you better not leave this job because I ain't ready.
We drove 700 something miles, and I'm about to call my wife and tell her I'm about to leave this job. Like, what am I going to do, right? So, boom. I call her and I say, honey, look, I'm not going back. And she gets real quiet, and she's like, okay, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to find me another job today. I go back home, and I start hammering phones. I start making calls. I start looking online and looking at other dealerships in the area, and I landed in an interview that day, same day, with another car dealership. I got the job that exact same day. Then I get there, I start working there. I stayed there for the entirety of 1 week because things got real there. I won't go into too much detail, but they got real there, and you know, this wasn't a voice that I heard. You know, this was me saying, look, don't go back to that job. So I got my car and I pulled off, and I went back to the house, and I started hammering the phones again. Here I go again, hammering the phones again.
I was rocking with him, y'all.
I thought she was going to leave me. I swear she's
I
like,
rocked
look.
with him. Every time he came home, I was like, I don't know what in the world is going on, but I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging for bread. So Lord have mercy.
Why you always
gotta
gotta
come through?
Why you always gotta turn so old when you?
Cause child, life be making you feel old.
Anyway, so look, Sister Bernice, you can fall back. Look, so I start hammering the phones again, right? And then I find another job at another car dealership, and I was there for the entirety of 1 month before. And at that time, I was looking to get out of the car business. It was a real struggle to stay in it, especially with how things were going. And on top of that, time was, just an issue because I never really had time to spend with my family, my baby. So anyway, so we're at church at the time in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And it was around Christmas time. And they were setting up for their Christmas play that they have every year, right? And they said that they needed people to help set up the set that they had for the play on the stage. We're brand new. We're looking to meet people, looking to contribute to the church, looking to help out, whatever. I say, sure, I'll help out. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows me from nowhere. We just moved there. Whatever. Cool, I'll help out. So I'm helping out with the set, and I'm helping get things going, whatever. Shortly after that, maybe some days later, what are you doing?
Touching you?
Bro, I'm telling my story. This is epic.
I felt like...
Didn't I just tell you that we were in the end game?
I need to do something with my hand, though.
We're in the end game.
Continue with your story.
What did he say? 1 in 14 million?
What?
That's what Dr. Strange told him. And you messing up the one. Anyway, look. So, long story short, some weeks later, after the Christmas play set up, I get approached by this guy in the church who tells me that he's, kind of saw my character from me kind of jumping in and helping set up and all of this stuff. And, nobody knew me, but I was willing to help out and whatever. And he's like, look, dude, I know you guys have been having some hard times, but I want to help you out. And I want to know if you would consider doing something else besides car sales. And I'm like, heck yeah, what you got? Show me what you got. He sets me up with an interview with his business partner. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of details, but long story short, that was my exit from car sales, and that was my entry into the construction industry, which is what was able to get Bernice.
Look, there was a praise on the inside that I couldn't keep to myself. Let me pause you right there. Let me tell y'all something. Before I let go.
Oh my goodness.
Before we got to that point, I went through my house or my apartment. I laid hands on every nook and cranny of that place. I had my 9-month-old on my hip, and she was looking at me like I was crazy, but I was rebuking Satan all up out of my life. You hear me? Because he was trying to tear us apart. There was some strife between us. Because, when life gets hard, it makes your relationships hard if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And we were new. We were brand new. I was scared, y'all. I'm like,
So,
I don't know how we're going to make it.
So we got out of the car industry, and we got into the construction industry, which was able to help us uproot from the ghetto-ness, which is that apartment that we told y'all about.
Yeah.
And we were able to move into a nice suburban area where we stayed at for about 2 years. Things were good there. I stayed in the construction industry, and then I was able to transition through many of prayer and blessing from where I was at from that position in construction sales and project management into what I do now with general contracting and project management. So things were like crazy rocky when we got to Georgia, and now we've been relocated from Georgia here to Memphis. We've been here for just over a year now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this is a new season in our lives. We got a lot of big things coming up.
And a lot of big things have already
happened.
We've been here.
Yeah, so
we're kind of still just kind of waking up.
Yeah.
We're trying to wake up
Mhm.
from just everything. It's just like one thing after another has hit us over the past year. But we feel healthy stress now.
Yeah.
Not the bad kind.
Yeah.
We feel like we're catching our footing.
Yeah.
But you
I
know, moving is a lot.
Yeah.
Not just moving, to a new house, but moving to a new state
Yeah.
where you don't know anybody and you have to start all over again. So it's been a lot to handle, but
And moving that big forehead around is a lot too. You know, so when you got to do all of that moving and you got to lug that big thing around. Right.
y'all, he already cut off my praise once. He cut off my praise once during
sorry.
this. But you know what?
I'm sorry. I had
It's the
to.
Sabbath, and I'm not about to let you and your shenanigans bring Satan up out of me.
All right, Bernice. Look, it's time to go to bed. Okay, we can talk y'all's ear off. She can talk my ear
I done
off.
had my snack.
Yeah. The kids asleep, thank God. It's time for us to go to bed. So, I don't know. You wanna?
We're gonna see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Peace.